Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. Now, 2022 will be a different year than 2021, but there still are some critical days that you need to know about because they can affect your love, your money, and your career. So let's take a closer look at some of the important days in 2022. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. The tarot card for the first quarter is the Death card, which represents death and the possibility of resurrection. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Magician, which represents spiritual power being used on the earth plane for creation. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Seven of Cups, which represents misrepresentation, confusion, and temptation. The tarot card for the fourth quarter is the Wheel of Fortune, which represents a new cycle with new potential in the spiritual continuity behind the ever-changing world. Virgo, the card for the first quarter, and overshadowing the whole year is the Death card. Now, the Death card represents not only death, but the possibility of rebirth and renewal. It can also represent revolution and may be very apropos since Pluto, the planet of death and resurrection, will return to the exact degree it was at the birth of the United States of America. Now, this will represent a purging of people who have abused power and beliefs that are false. So there is hope for a better future. So as we look down into the astrology, the year begins with 4 planets in Capricorn and your 5th house of pleasure. Now, since Venus is retrograde and conjunct Pluto, this is the perfect time to reevaluate what you need in personal and creative expression in the coming year. And Mercury will go retrograde on the 14th, suggesting a little bit of care needed with what you say at work. It'll be in the 6th house. Uranus turns direct up in your 9th house. So this happens on the 18th and suggests you need to redirect your understanding and your ambition in life. February will begin with a Sun, Moon, and Saturn conjunction, and that will be in the 6th house of health and work. So this brings a new sense of seriousness to those areas of your life. So you'll have to control your energy when dealing with co-workers and be responsible. Mercury and Venus will both be moving direct, so make sure that you listen to the people that you love because they can help you. March begins with a new moon conjunct Jupiter in your 7th house, bringing luck and opportunity through business and relationships. And take communication seriously as Saturn and Mercury are together in the first week. So now as we move into the second quarter, April begins as Venus is entering into Pisces and your 7th house of relationships. This is a very positive influence that can help you in personal affairs. Oh, sensitivity can bring a positive response. Now, Jupiter will conjunct Neptune on the 12th, bringing an opportunity to join with a partner in an adventure or spiritual experience. It may be a dream comes true. And then the new moon ends April and begins May with a powerful boost of energy up in your 9th house of ambition. And so you need to understand exactly where you want to go. But when Mercury goes retrograde on the 10th and Jupiter enters into Aries, People may be too independent for work projects that need cooperation to succeed. And then this leads to a lunar eclipse on the 16th where communication issues will demand self-control. Now, as we go to June, June may settle down a bit as Mercury goes direct on the 3rd, and so it gives you a chance to spend some time studying or learning something new, and Saturn goes retrograde in your house of daily routines. So that can be very helpful if you keep an eye on what you need to do, because responsibility is highlighted. And also, make sure you take care of your diet. The rest of the month has both Venus and Mercury in Gemini, so this makes your career and communications a priority. The tarot card for the 3rd quarter is the Seven of Cups. Now, this card represents confusion and temptation. In the real world, it can be associated with misinformation or not being able to clearly understand the choices that are right in front of you. So the challenge becomes making a wise decision and not being swayed by the misinformation that's out in the world or by your own emotions. So as we look down into the astrology, July will be a very busy month as 4 planets make changes. Week 1 has Mars going into the 9th house, urging you to be ambitious. Then Mercury in your 11th house suggests you may need to attend meetings and network with associates, and there's a lot of noise going around. The 3rd week, Venus will want to be a little bit more social, so you might want to go to a party or something like that. And then Mercury enters the 12th house, and that suggests you need some quiet time to solve any personal problems you might be dealing with. Jupiter will go retrograde on the 28th, right here, so you might have to reevaluate your investments or your intimate feelings. As we move into August, there's a similar pattern as Mercury moves into your 1st house on the 4th, making you the center of attention in conversations. And Venus will then move into your 12th house on the 11th, and that may attract you to a quiet rendezvous or some secret meeting. Whoa! Mars in the 10th house wants you to be a little bit more aggressive in your career. And then on the 24th, Uranus will go retrograde up in your 9th house. So you may have to reconsider your belief systems and how you react in the world. So September will become a little easier as Venus will come down to Earth on the 4th. So take time to enjoy personal expression. And then Mercury will go retrograde in your 2nd house, suggesting you need to analyze your budget and your spending habits. So you have to be careful with that. As we go into the 4th quarter, the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. It depicts the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, bringing a sense of spiritual continuity that lies behind the ever-changing nature of the world. This is a very positive card and suggests that our fortunes are taking a turn for the better. In fact, you may be feeling that way already. So enjoy the changing cycles of life. As we look down into the astrology, October begins with Mercury going direct in your 1st house. So this can be very beneficial for personal expression and development. You may want to say what's on your mind, so be a little bit cautious. Pluto turns direct in your 5th house, and this happens on the 8th, bringing changes or adjustments to romantic or creative pursuits. And Saturn will turn direct on the 23rd in your 6th house, bringing new opportunities through your work and daily routines. As we go to November, it begins as Mars goes retrograde in your 10th house of career. And then a total lunar eclipse on the 8th warns against mixing your emotions and your romantic desires. Jupiter will go direct on the 23rd in your 7th house, suggesting the start of a beneficial cycle in relationships, but also with dealing with your public image. And then December begins with Neptune also going direct in your 7th house, clearing up confusion with your closest partners. And Venus and Mercury will be moving up into your 5th house, helping you enjoy life and romance. But do be a little bit careful, because Mercury does go retrograde on the 29th of the month. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. And please subscribe, because these videos are free, and that's a great price. And they can help you in the coming year. So please take a moment to ring the bell so you can be notified for new videos. And if you want some deeper information, go to my website, ProfessorAstrology.com, and you can find ways to get a transit chart or a natal chart so you know more about you. And I hope that you have a very great year.